guys, this is Asal. I'm studying for the bar and I wanted to review my notes with you. So today I'm studying evidence and I'm studying the non-hearsay exemptions. But before I get into my rules, I would like to let you know that this is actually a very hard topic. Usually it takes professors about a whole semester just to teach the hearsay rules. So really take it easy on yourself and know that in no way will this video be complete, but I did my best to make a presentation for you, which I'll be attaching at the end of this video. Now that I gave you a little bit of a taste of what this whole hearsay thing is about, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the rules for you. The first thing I'll be talking about are the declarant witness's prior statements, and then I'll be talking about the party opponent's admission. So, with the declarant witnesses exemptions, there's the prior statements by the declarants. There's three types, okay? The first type is a prior inconsistent statement. The second one is a prior consistent statement. And third one is the prior statement of identification. So what is the prior inconsistent statement? It has two parts to it. The first part, it is inconsistent with the declarant witness's present testimony, and then the second part is given under the penalty of perjury. What is the consistent statement? This also has two parts. The first part is consistent with the declarant witness's present testimony, and the second part rebuts the charge of recent fabrication and motive. Now, lastly, what is the prior statement of identification? This also has two parts. It identifies a person and it is perceived by the declarant witness. Now that you have an idea of the prior statement of identification, prior inconsistent statement, and prior consistent statement, I'm going to move on, and I'll be moving on to the party opponent exemptions. So this is where you have the admission by the party opponent, and there is the express, there's the implied or adoptive, there's the authorized, there's the agent, and finally there's the co-conspirator. Then I would like to be talking about the application of the rule 801D. So look up the rule 801D2. So under the rule 801D2, declarant's out-of-court statement, it's a statement offered against a party opponent. This is where you apply 801D2, exemption applies, okay? The next thing I'd like to talk about is the party opponent's admission. So we have the express admission, which is individual or representative capacity. There is implied or adoptive admission, which is agreement, adoption, or silence. It is basically implied, it could be through body language. There's the authorized admission, which is you authorize someone to admit it for you. It could be a lawyer, or it could be the agent's admission, agent or employee, or the co-conspirator admission during and in furtherance of the conspiracy. So, in this video, I just talked about the rule 801D1 declarant witnesses, which is three parts, which I just discussed, and also the 801D2 party opponent, which is also about 5 parts that I discussed for you. I'm going to go ahead and attach my presentation for you right now. So I really hope you enjoy studying. Good luck. Hearsay exemptions. So remember the mnemonic device for hearsay exemptions. We have right here cap. So C is co-conspirator statement, A is admission, P is prior inconsistent statement, P is prior consistent statement, and finally P for prior identification. So remember your cap, okay? Cap, co-conspirator statement, admission, prior inconsistent statement, prior consistent statement, and prior identification. Admissions. I use DAVA to remember admissions. So what is DAVA exactly? It's right here, this DAVA, or in other words, DAVA. Basically, it's direct admission, adoptive admission, vicarious admission, and authorized admission. Prior identification. I really hope you enjoyed my presentation. The next thing I'd like to introduce to you are my notes right here. I found this on the Kaplan website. There's this lady, she gives really nice lectures, and her lectures come with an outline. It is actually pretty empty, so you really have to listen to her and take notes as you go. I like to do that because I'm the type of learner that when I'm actually interacting, I can learn. So with this lady, she'll lecture and then I'll be taking notes, and that's how I can learn very well. As you can see, this is what it looks like. So she has this really nice approach to evidence question on the exam, and she starts off by telling you to look at what is the cause of action right here. Is it criminal or is it civil? The next thing you want to look at is where are we in the proceeding? Are we in direct or are we in cross-examination? Also, you want to pay attention to how is the evidence being used. Is it being used for the truth of the matter asserted, or is it being used for impeachment purposes? So right here, you want to also have the two distinctions of logical and legal relevance. So in my other video, I told you want to go through the logical relevance first, and then you want to go through the legal relevance first, and then you want to move on to the hearsay rules. So as you can see, hearsay is very simple. It's an out-of-court statement made by the declarant, introducing it for its truth. Looks like this. And also, what is a statement? Is it verbal? Is it written? So that's what you want to look at. And then you'll be moving on to the declarant. Who is a declarant? Is a person who makes the original statement. So a declarant is the person who makes the original statement. And you want to look at the state of mind. And finally, you'll be looking at the hearsay exemptions that I was just talking about. So this is where you find your hearsay exemptions. In my next video, I'll be talking about hearsay exceptions, and there's a lot into it. So I'm expecting to be making about a good 10-minute video. So I really hope you enjoy studying. Good luck.